Now, it just occurred to me, I had some lactose-free cheese for the first time yesterday, and it works well for my system. And lactose-free, okay, this is a personal gem, okay, it's not always for everyone, but it just occurred to me that lactose-free is a flawless set of letters to parallel Father, the name above all names. And this works for me. In fact, lactose-free, oh my gosh, the Father plus 18. But it's just flawless. In fact, I kid you not, you can spell Father perfectly using these letters. F-A-T. Now watch. The H is going to get built from a 3 plus a 5. Pick whichever E you want. And then, of course, you have an E in Father. Right there. And the R in Father. There. I've just spelled Father perfectly from the letters lactose-free, and then the rest divides by 3, 24 plus 27 no less, 51. But it's the letter for letter construction where you have plus 2s exceeding plus 1s by 2 in number perfectly. And then it was in fact called lactose-free cheese divides by 3 as well. So lactose-free cheese will keep the party going to offset Father, the name of all names. And I tried this for the first time yesterday, and I really like it. It tasted delicious from Superstore, and I think it works well on my system. I know that my mother has a lactose, she likely has a lactose intolerance, and that may be partially, anyways, all I know is I feel great. I think it works better on my system, and I really have enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to get more. There you go. Now, like in my opinion, like lactose is a sugar. If I recall, it also contains fructose. Let's just take a look. Lactose. I mean, the less sugar, sometimes you just want less sugar in your diet, period. So there could be a season that it's good for you to go lactose-free in general. Now, I think it's... oh, crash. Overload the system. Don't worry, we'll be back. It is a disaccharide sugar. We'll be back. Now, for various reasons, I sometimes like to leave the camera running when a crash happens so that you learn patience. And you have to learn to believe that God is sovereign in everything that happens. I've preached on the word crash before and how it parallels Father. If you don't trust the sovereignty of God when crashes happen, then how are you going to trust the sovereignty of God when your daughter has a crash in a car? You need to always thank God for everything that happens. And it usually increases your patience, all these things. So I thank God for crashes, and I don't stop the camera from rolling as if it was something embarrassing that we didn't want to look at. No, quite frankly, I'm recording this crash. Now I can preach on Microsoft again. Microsoft equals Holy Father. Ordained by heaven, by the way. Founder William Gates. First name, middle name, last name, all parallel Father. And that's why it happened. So now here we are, looking at, and I also get to preach on the fact that lentils equals the Father have the most fiber and protein of any of these beans. Okay, it's on my desktop. But what were we looking at? We were looking at lactose. I wanted to look up lactose. By the way, Google parallels Father. Okay, lactose is a disaccharide composed of galactose and glucose that is found in milk. So maybe it's it's obviously then it's the galactose that my system may or may not agree with as kindly as glucose, and that is the case for many people on this planet. Okay, well that's cool. Wow, that's a lot. 2 to 8% by weight. Who knows how the intolerance and all this stuff. Maybe I'll just read on it quickly, just because I'm. What does it say? Okay, the symptoms start between half and 2 hours after drinking milk or eating milk products. Is due to not enough enzyme lactase. in his small intestines. Oh my gosh, lactase screams out father, pop off the seeds, exact. In this one to break lactose down into glucose and the lactose. Where does this come from? Ooh, as people age. See, this is important. As you get older, you have less lactase, and it will be more difficult for you to have dairy. And is added to milk to produce lactose-free milk products? Strange. So it's not that it's lactose-free, they just give you more lactase? Oh. Interesting. All right. Well, good stuff.